Good evening, YouTubers. We are on the back deck once again after another long day of sun, and the sun's quite high in the sky, but it's a bit hazy today. And we've been to the house doing the maintenance on the house. We've got always things to do. Got a new pool this year, inflatable pool. We've actually built decking for it. So that's all there, and it's actually a bigger pool than last year. So there's filters to change, and there's always things dropping into it.
Yes, it's full of dead bodies, which are driving me crazy. They come off the lemon tree, little fly, tiny weeny, and they drown on the surface. So I'm hoovering them up off the bottom, and I'm scooping them with a net, but there are some of them between the surface and the bottom, on their way down, sinking very slowly. So an hour later I go back and there's another ton of them on the bottom, and a new lot's died on the surface.
Didn't you have a friend, you said, who had a sycamore leaves landing in the pool every 5 minutes?
I mean, it must be really...
drives them mad trying to get rid of them all.
At least they're leaves. These are really stupid insects. They're just flying straight into a chlorinated jacuzzi. What do they think is going to happen? Have they taken leave of their senses?
Do you remember we bought a table? We bought a glass, like a dining table, but it was for the garden really, and it was black glass.
Oh yeah.
And we polished it, and we thought,
oh yeah,
when we first got it, we put it out in the back garden. We thought, let's all sit around it and have drinks at night. And all the mosquitoes just sort of swooped in. Yes. They thought it was water, and we got the fly spray. In the end, we must have sprayed about 10 million mosquitoes.
Yes,
and in the end, we just thought, let's give up on this table.
It was a really perfect inky black shiny
glass. Yeah.
Oh, it's not now, so don't worry, no mosquito's going to fall.
It's covered in dirt now.
They're all busy drowning in my fucking jacuzzi.
Oh god. But we got a new washing machine. How's the new washing machine going?
Not a single electric shock. So far, so good, everybody.
And it's been working. You've been doing all the washing with it.
Yeah, so get the
last week, so not getting any more electric shocks off it.
Getting quite scared of pulling the laundry out. Actually, they were getting stronger and stronger. Right on my arm. My God, what's going on?
Now the light doesn't work in the toilet, so my mate's coming tomorrow. He's an electrician. He's gonna hopefully fix that. Oh, it's constant things that you're constantly dealing with. And anyway, we're back here in the marina this evening, aren't we, darling?
Yes, and the least said about the boat, the better, because I haven't done anything this year because I've been far too busy.
But the roof is good. The roof is good. Fiona made a really good job of the roof.
It's not. No, I don't want to go up there and film it. And so I haven't.
It's too windy to speak. You can't speak up there. I bought some microphones.
Yes.
And we've recorded whole videos, 20 minutes, and then got to the computer and there's no sound. And you think, huh? So, they're in disgrace. Well, you do a sound check, they're fine, you go and do it, and then there's no sound.
Do you know, I did 3 videos with microphones on the front, on the bow. And now to get from here to the bow, it's quite a narrow deck, it's like that. So it's with a phone and a stick and everything. And
you lost a little sponge off the end.
You know, I never had the sponge in the first place. Don't start that argument again. There was no sponge on it. And in high heels and a cocktail dress. And I do the video 3 times, and I come back and it's just unwatchable because of the bloody wind.
No, because the little sponge must have blown away somewhere.
Oh look, my fans are back. They were staring at me earlier. Don't say a word. Don't, Christopher Boozy, don't say a word.
You can't mention Christopher Boozy on our video.
Just did.
He'll give you a copyright strike.
He won't care. He won't care. It's only Nancy's that get upset like that. And you fly from is it Manston Airport or Marston?
Manston.
The very, very famous Manston Airport that's now defunct in real life, but is available in VR. You fucking fly from that as often as you like, and don't you bloody well be told you can or you can't by any little no mark. There are 1.2 1.85 million citizens in the county of Kent, and just because one stupid imbecile claims you're stalking him because he happens to live in Kent, God's sake. What an idiot.
Well, what happens with the aeroplanes is you take off on the runway and you either turn right or you turn left. It's called a right-hand circuit and a left-hand circuit. So if I turn right, well, it depends which way the wind's blowing. And I fly around and then land back on the runway. You go, you flew over my house in your VR
How do you
game.
know? Maybe he lives the other way.
I don't know where he lives. Well, that's a lie.
I think company's house, right?
I do know where he lives, actually, but I'm not going to say.
I think company's house knows where he lives, as the 14 solicitors I asked for a quote the other week know as well. It's not a fucking secret. If you own a company and you put your bloody address as your registered office, then everybody's going to know where you live. It's called being out in the public domain. I'm sorry, Graham, but I have to put that out there in your defence.
Yes, but he doesn't live at his registered office. He's changed the address.
But it was
someone else's address for
it
a
was
registered office, but you know, you've only got to look back through the pages for last year,
well,
the year before, and he's got his real address.
May I ask you a question?
What?
Have you hired a private detective at great expense to track down this imbecile?
No.
Or did you find the information on company's house?
It was on Company House website.
Thank you very much.
But I'm not going to divulge it. I'm going to.
Oh, God's sake,
Keep it
no,
a
don't
secret.
do that. Don't do that, it's classified.
He's upset enough as it is, just flying around it in VR. You know, I take off at Manston. I take a right circuit, and I'm flying across Margate down to the lighthouse, and you turn around Broadstairs, and you're coming in back onto final approach over Reigate. And oh, this guy's going mental on Twitter. How dare you? You're stalking me. You're flying over and over my house. Well, I need a big long runway because I flew Concorde today. Was it today or was it yesterday?
Today.
Vulcan bomber, Lancaster bomber. All you know, you need a big long runway for certain aeroplanes.
Oh no, you should do it a headcorn grass runway.
It's not. It's going to crash if you land on a short grass runway. It won't stop in time, and it'll be off through someone else's field, and then everyone will die in lots of flames. So you need a big long runway.
Well, you could
Manston.
always use Gatwick or Heathrow, but I suppose the little bitch would cry and go, well, I go there all the time in my car. He's having a pop at me, he's stalking me from work to home. Oh, you can't win, and I dare say we'll pay the price. Little bitch will be there on Twitter.
I could use Gatwick or Heathrow, but
crying his
do you know
eyes
why
out.
I don't? It's because it's inland. So you might do a big 180 turn and you think, I've lost the airfield, I can't see it.
Right,
Because there may be cloud. You think, well, where the fuck's the airfield? Whereas Manston's on the end
Oh, I see.
with coastline, and you can identify the coastline, you can identify where you are a lot easier. It's basic navigation, you know, you want to do it from somewhere
So what you're
easy.
saying is you're looking for the ideal runway with the right conditions and aspects in order to fly a particular type of aircraft. It's not because you're stalking the 1.855 million citizens of Kent. No?
I can assure that gentleman I've got no intention of going anywhere near Kent ever in my life. I don't even want to go to England unless I'm ill and I have to go to hospital.
Well, I might go to Kent. I'm not going to be banned from Kent.
My daughter lives in Kent. I might go and visit her. Yeah, for sure. But it's nowhere near Manston.
Yeah, it's nowhere near the runway. Oh my God.
No,
I think it probably is, you know. I think probably the whole of Kent. You flying something like Concorde, you're probably going to cover the whole of
I went to
county, aren't you?
Canterbury the other day in my flight simulator. It's
Oh, don't
marvellous.
go to Canterbury.
Marvellous flight simulator.
It's in Kent. Whatever you do.
I'll have to check with this guy if it's okay if I fly to Canterbury or not, and have a look at the Minster. Is it the Minster? No, it's York, isn't it?
Do you know what?
What's the gods?
I've got a copy of a video of someone taking the piss out of people because a while back there was a story about someone getting raped on VR, and I distinctly remember another imbecile doing a video about it. Now what I might do, because I wouldn't want a copyright strike, I might, because I'm a touch typist, type down the transcript of the things this imbecile said about you can't commit crime in VR. Yeah, it's quite funny to use people's own words against them, isn't it? Especially when they lack intelligence.
What was that guy called who used to hang out with SpongeBob SquarePants? That looked like a star.
Patrick. Oh God, now we're really going to pay the price, aren't we? We really will pay the price. We're only at the end of it. The bitching on Twitter will go on and on.
Oh, that's it. He's stalking me.
I heard, I've got to say this. I'm sorry, I can't contain myself on this one. Atalanta of Arcadia has reported Graham to Sussex police for flying in VR in Kent. There, I've said it.
And
I've said it.
The Civil Aviation Authority.
Oh my God. It'll have to be the virtual Civil Aviation Authority.
Yes.
And they will take your virtual pilot's licence off you.
Oh no. So I won't be able to fly in VR anymore.
But I'll tell you what I'm really looking forward to, actually, which I doubt will ever happen because it's a waste of money, but I am looking forward to receiving this letter before action, pre-action protocol from a certain Nancy. That was the word I was looking for. And I shall reply to it within the time limit, and you'll be astonished at how long my reply is going to be, because I want to truly understand this situation. Because the way I see it is there was a dude nobody had ever heard of before, came along bothering us, interfering in our lives, wouldn't take no for an answer, wouldn't go away, has gone on and on and on. So I will be giving a very long reply, and I will read it out to everyone on YouTube. Only my reply. I'll give you the essence of whatever the letter is that arrives, but I won't read it out. Wouldn't want to copyright infringe anybody, you know, Markle versus Markle, Judge Wanker Warby and all that. But I'll read out my reply to it, which will be comprehensive, so you won't need to know. You'll understand what was sent to me. And then I will send that back to his solicitor, who will have to read it and study it and do more research, and then call him in for a conference to decide whether he wants to pay to send another letter for another 500 quid. And depending on whatever's in that, I may have another reply and further questions. And that's what's going to happen. That is the reality of what is going to happen.
So it's going to cost 100 grand minimum.
No, won't get there. Won't get there. You're looking at, normally, pre-action protocol letters, when we were doing it, and this was in Jib where it's easier and cheaper, 4 grand in letters. And it was $3.50 a letter, and that's on just my side. God knows what the other side paid. That was just my side, 4 grand in letters.
And even if you win at the end of the day, if the person you're suing is skint,
yes,
you're getting nothing.
Then you have to go back to the court for enforcement. So you can get attachment of earnings, attachment of income and stuff like that. But
unless there's no earnings, then you're fucked.
You can do it out of spite, but a millionaire might do that. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, if you're a millionaire, you're worth suing, I suppose. You know, look at these people. What was it, Lawrence Fox?
No. I mean, a millionaire could be spiteful and sue a poor man into the grave. Even though it's costing the millionaire a lot. You see what I mean?
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah. But if the guy hasn't got any money anyway, it's like blood out of a stone, isn't it? You're not going to get it.
And it is a waste of life and energy.
Yes, but they're not going to stop him from having a phone, is it?
Dodgy territory.
Yeah. Anyway, there's a Spitfire crash today. I heard that in the news.
Yes.
At Coningsby. I don't know any of the details.
No.
But I was shocked because those aeroplanes are few and far between these days. There's not many of them.
And I pray to God the pilot's all right, and that anyone else wasn't landed on, because remember poor old Morris at Shoreham and all the other poor people. My God, I know the guy, you know, I mean, it was...
We knew Morris. We used to work with him, doing weddings and things like that.
And he was on his way to a wedding.
He was on his way to a wedding, and he stopped at the traffic lights, and he got hit by a hawker hunter. And that was the end of Morris.
Me and Morris did a wedding in the New Forest, and we got £80 each tip.
Wow.
80 quid each. Oh, it was a lovely wedding.
Morris was an ex-paratrooper, and they just made same-sex marriages legal. And he'd gone, I'm not sure about this. I'm old school, mate.
He was very old-fashioned.
I don't approve. Anyway, he got the first two lads that wanted to get married to each other. And he had a face on him, right? And he took them to the wedding, and he waited outside because he then had to take them to the reception after the wedding.
They were one of the first to get married at Bright Pavilion.
It was the town hall, the town hall in Brighton, and he sat there frosty faced, doesn't approve. Right, he'd been doing weddings for years. He had the big old Austin Anyway, these two lads who just got married got in the back of his car and they're all drinking champagne and everything. And he's there. He took them to the reception and they jumped up and they go, "Here's a tip, mate. Thanks very much." And he went, "Whoa, 150 quid. Fuck me." He goes, "That's fucking amazing." Anyway, the next wedding he did, another couple of lads, same sort of thing. "Here's a tip, mate. 100 quid." And he went,
Yeah.
and the guy we were working for was called Paul, and he sort of subbed for Paul. And Morris is there. Paul, put me in for all the gay weddings. He goes, "I want them all." I'll have them to bits.
Oh, you dinosaurs, really? Good
It's
grief.
true, it's true.
And
It is true.
He was from around Brighton, wasn't he? So
Yeah,
he should have
yeah,
known
yeah,
better.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I'm from Brighton.
He was ex-paratrooper though, wasn't he?
Oh. He was a nice fella, though. Do you know, I did a wedding, the fella we worked for had those Beetles,
Yeah.
convertibles.
Harvest Moon, like a beige Beetle
Yeah.
with a soft top.
Harvest Moon, is that what it was?
Harvest Moon, it was called.
Harvest Moon.
Someone from EastEnders started doing it. And
That's
he thought,
right.
He thought, and he got.
Billy Mitchell
few
got
of them, he
married
got a
and
few of
they
them.
had it on there. Well,
We had one on our wedding day.
well, it was this fella we worked for. He volunteered it for free.
Yeah.
Bless him. I did a wedding in Arundel, and the bride had a bouquet of little balloons, which I thought was really cool. Instead of flowers, little tiny balloons. And they insisted on sitting in the car before we went, and it was early. And I said, "I think it's going to rain." And they said, "Can we have the roof down?" So I said, "Oh, okay." So I put the roof down. There's her and her dad sitting in the back of the car. Oh my God, the heavens opened.
As it
And
does in the UK.
could I get that flipping roof up? Oh my God, the stress. I phoned Paul up. I said, I can't get it up. I can't get it up. He was going, "Do this, do that." I said, "Look, the electrics just won't work. How can I get it up manual?" And they would not get out of the car. And her dress was getting ruined. And I was saying, "Has somebody got an umbrella? Please protect her dress." No one had an umbrella. And she was just sitting there dripping in rain. And he'd said to me, strict orders, and he might see this. He said, "You drop them off at the foot of the hill. That's it. They haven't paid much." And that was the deal. But her wedding reception was up the high street, quite a long walk up the hill. So they did their photographs at the bottom, and it had stopped raining. And I said to her, "I've taken the roof down, and I'm going to drive you up to the top of the hill so you arrive in style." And she said, "Oh no, I haven't paid." I said, "I feel terrible about the roof. I'll pay him. I'll pay him myself." And I told him after I said I drove him up. He said, "Oh, I don't give a fuck." After all that, I couldn't have her walking up the high street in her dress. But yeah, they were funny people. Wouldn't get out of the car even though it was raining. Her dad was like, "Oh, we've got ourselves organised now." I thought,
I can't remember. Was it? I think it was only electric so far, wasn't it? You pressed the button and I can't remember. Volkswagen, the new Volkswagen.
I think it was the first wedding I ever did, and it was a nightmare. You know, I was very stressed.
I think you got yeah.
I drove through a ploughed field in one of those cars once on the way to a wedding. You know, he used to say,
Sat nav, Tom, turn left.
Yeah.
Turn left, and you're in a field full of mud.
Well, I didn't know. I mean, I'd never used a TomTom before, and it said, "Turn right immediately, turn right immediately." And I thought, oh, okay. And I turned into this country lane, and it turned into a ploughed field. And I went right. I went across more than one ploughed field, and I thought, "My God, this can't be right." And he used to say,
"Turn around when possible."
He used to say, "Go to the place," because we do weddings hundreds of miles away.
Yeah.
Take it to the car wash.
Yeah.
Put the ribbons on.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that car.
Find the house, drive to the reception.
Yeah.
No, drive to the church.
Do a test
And then
drive.
drive to the reception so you know the route, so you're not going to mess up on the route.
Yeah.
And then be at the house to pick the bride up at a certain time. Yeah.
I've got a confession to make. I never took the cars to the car wash except for the ploughed field one, because it looked all right to me. And I never did the test run either.
I did the test runs and I took the car to the car wash when it needed it.
So, well, I took it the one time. It was dried ploughed field though. The car was going boom, boom, boom.
They were great little cars. I love the
Oh,
Volkswagen. The Volkswagen with the.
Herbie.
I mean, out here in Jib, I mean, it'd be fabulous. You know, one of those Beetles with the fold down roof would be great.
There used to be a few.
Yeah, I haven't seen one for years.
They rotted away in the sun. Everything down here rots away in the sun. Just deteriorates.
My mate's got a boat. He's on his third set of covers
Yeah.
for his boat because he bought. When he came out here, he goes, "Oh, they're all UV protected.
Yeah.
I paid extra," and they rotted away in a year.
Yeah.
I mean, how long has he been there? He's been there 10 years, hasn't he, at least? And he's on his third set of complete covers for the boat all round.
The sun down here from the 1st of
Destroys
July
everything.
to the 30th of August it's like being in an oven.
Yeah.
It's so extreme down. So if we were to sell up and move away, I would like to go somewhere where the weather is nice but not quite as extreme as here.
I'd like to go to Mini Hollywood.
Oh, you talk
The
of
natural
extreme.
desert in Saburnus is the only
God.
natural desert in Europe.
It's
I
even
want to live in the
hotter.
saloon in a western town.
It's even hotter up there, Graham. I'm not going up there. We always wanted to be here because there's a bit of a breeze in the strait.
Well, we've got
But
Elon Musk and Starlink, so
Yep.
it doesn't matter where we go. We can still do videos and shit and do all our stuff
yeah,
from wherever. Even in unless the satellite dish melts in the sun.
no, I don't think it will. It survived last year. No, if it can survive down here, it'd be fine. But here it's either a hurricane, a monsoon, or a heat wave.
Or you've got killer whales eating your boat.
Oh yes, they
Trying to sink it.
sank one the other day, didn't they? Actually sank one. Oh,
Unfortunately, that is true.
yes. Oh, my
Oh,
phone's
you have a
ringing.
phone call. It's time to go. Good night. May your God go with you.